Hi, good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you to Poem Praise 2, and peace and blessings be upon you and your family this afternoon. Now for this afternoon, we are going to get into Lies My Teacher Told Me. We are currently in Christopher Columbus, 1493. And this is chapter number 2 here on Poem Praise 2. So without further ado, this is going to be take number 8. And it reads as such. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit. And take 8 reads as such. The extent to which textbooks sometimes disagree, particularly when each seems so certain of what it declares, can be pretty scary. What was the weather like during Columbus's 1492 trip? According to Land of Promise, his ships were storm battered. American Adventure said they ignored peaceful seas. How long was the voyage? After more than 2 months at sea, according to the Challenge of Freedom, the crews saw land. But the American Adventure says the voyage lasted nearly a month. What were the Americas like when Columbus arrived? Thickly people in one book, quoting Columbus. Thinly spread, according to another. To make a better myth, American culture has perpetuated the ideal that Columbus was boldly forging ahead while everyone else, even his own crew, imagined the world was flat. The 1991 edition of the American Pageant is the only textbook that still repeated this hoax. The superstitious sailors grew increasingly mutinous, mutinous, according to Pageant, because they were fearful of sailing over the edge of the world. In truth, few people on both sides of the Atlantic believed in 1492 that the world was flat. Most Europeans and Native Americans knew the world to be round. It looks round. It casts a circular shadow on the moon. Sailors see its roundness when ships disappear over the horizon. Hull first, then sails. Came to a conclusion by looking at things around. It's not in the book. Washington Irving wins credit for popularizing the flat earth fable in 1828. In his best-selling biography of Columbus, Irving described Columbus's supposed defense of his round earth theory before the flat earth savants at Salamanca. I'm going to spell it for you. I don't know if I said that correctly, y'all. It's Salamanca University. Irving himself surely knew the story to be fiction. He probably thought it added a nice dramatic flourish and would do no harm, but it does. It invites us to believe that the primitives of the world, admittedly, including pre-Columbian Europeans, had only a crude understanding of the planet they lived on, until aided by a forward-thinking European. It also turns Columbus into a man of science who corrected our faulty geography. Intense debunking of the flat earth legend, especially in 1992, the Columbus quincentenary has made an impact. By 1994, even Pageant had removed its flat earth language. Now the superstitious sailors grew increasingly mutinous merely because they were fearful of sailing into the oceanic unknown. Unfortunately, teachers who themselves learned the flat earth story will never infer from the modestly revised sentence that it was wrong. Now I do have a picture here for you. Who is this man? And there is the picture on this shirt. It has like 6 different pictures. Now for the information next to the shirt with the pictures, it reads, most textbooks include a portrait of Columbus. These head and shoulder pictures have no value whatsoever as historical documents, because not one of the countless images we have of the man was painted in his lifetime. To make the point that these images are inauthentic, the Library of Congress sells this T-shirt featuring 6 different Columbus faces. Another picture I have for you is, without project funding, the world might still be flat. And there's that picture right there. Now, up under this picture, it reads, American culture perpetuates the image of Columbus boldly forging ahead while everyone else imagined the world was flat. A character in the movie Star Trek, for instance, repeats the Washington Irving lie. The people of your world once believed the earth to be flat. Columbus proved it was round. Every October, Madison Avenue makes use of the flat earth theme. This ad seeks clients for daring and courageous stockbrokers. With images like these in our culture, with images like these in our culture, history textbooks need to disabuse students of the flat earth myth. Now let us continue on. Borston and Kelly confront the legend more directly than other textbooks, but again with wholly ineffectual words. In Columbus' time, all educated people and most sailors believed that the earth was a sphere. To be sure, the sentence quietly quotes that not everyone believed in flat earth geography, but it still implies that the round earth ideal was unusual. Not only students, but also teachers read textbooks like Borston and Kelly without challenging their belief that Columbus proved the world round. Thus, many teachers still implicitly relay to the students the flat earth legend. The flat earth legend. But yet, if you were to look through a telescope and to look at the other planets, for looking at the things that are around, okay, we're going to continue on. Even the death of Columbus has been changed to make a better history, a better story, not history. Having Columbus come to a tragic end, sick, poor, and ignorant of his great accomplishment, adds melodramatic interest. Columbus' discoveries were not immediately appreciated by the Spanish government. According to the American Adventurer, he died in neglect in 1506. They add that he died still believing that he had sailed to the coast of Asia. In fact, Spain immediately appreciated Columbus's discoveries, which is why they immediately outfitted him for a much larger second voyage. In 1499, Columbus reaped a major gold strike on Haiti. He and his successors then forced hundreds of thousands of natives to mine the gold for them. Money from the Americas continued to flow into Columbus and Spain. Perhaps not what he felt he deserved, but enough to keep all wolves far from his door. Columbus died well off and left his heirs well endowed, even with the title Admiral of the Ocean Sea, now carried by his 18th generation descendant. Moreover, Columbus's own journal shows clearly that he knew he had reached a new continent. Some of the details the textbook authors pile on are harmless, I suppose, such as the fabrications about Isabella sending a messenger galloping along Columbus and pawning her jewels to pay for the expedition. They had pawn shops back then? I guess so. Pawning her jewels to pay for the expedition. So she actually invested in his expedition. She gave up something for him to go sail. All of the enhancements humanize Columbus, however, and magnify his greatness to induce readers to identify with him. Here is a passage from the Land of Promise. I'm just looking to see if we have enough time. Yeah, we have enough time to read the passage. It is October 1492. 3 small storm-battered ships are lost at sea, sailing into an unknown ocean. A frightened crew has been threatening to throw their stubborn captain overboard, turn the ships around, and make for safety of familiar shores. Then, a miracle. The sailors see some green branches floating on the water. Land birds fly overhead. From high in the ships, ringing the lookout. Cries, "Land! Land ahead!" Fears turn to joy. Soon the grateful captain wades ashore and gives thanks to God. And here is a picture right here too. You see that picture right there? Now, for that picture is as Columbus cruised the coast of Venezuela on his third voyage. He passed the Orinoco River, O-R-I-N-O-C-O. I have come to believe that this is a mighty continent, which was hereto unknown, he wrote. I am greatly supported in this view by reasons of this great river and by this sea which is fresh. Columbus knew that no mere island could sustain such a large flow of water. When he returned home, he added a continent to the islands in his coat of arms. Its presence at the bottom of the lower left quadrant visually rebukes the authors of American history textbooks. So he is keeping a visual record of where he went in pictures. Interesting. Visual record of where he has been in pictures. All right, that is our 15-minute read today of The Lies My Teacher Told Me Stay tuned for take number 9 of chapter number 2 here on poem Praise 2. So I want for you to be well, to take care, to be blessed, be safe, and it be at thy will. I'll talk with you soon here on poem Praise 2. So until next time, later y'all.